So, hello everybody, and welcome back to Simulation Section. It's me and More Central, also known as Simulation Section, when you watch this channel where we take a look at Train Simulator with trains and OMSI 2, the bus simulator. Today, as you can see, we are in Train Simulator. We are actually at Leeds Station. So have a look, there's a 333 over there. If we have a look over here, there's a 150 on the stopper to Sheffield. There's a 156, quite an unusual thing, but as you can see, it's going back to Manchester, Victoria. That does happen from time to time, and an Azuma there. And as you can see in front of us, we also have an Azuma. We have 801 101, and we are currently boarding the 1 Delta, don't know everything top of my head, 1 Delta 22 service that we're taking from here in Leeds up to Bradford Forster Square. So we're going to be running direct to Shipley and stopping at platform 3 and then heading down to Bradford Forster Square. This service originally started in King's Cross at 16:33 and we're picking it up here at 7 o'clock. So we have a few minutes to load it up here. I am using the base class 801 to 803 with the Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancement Pack. Apologies, it is a little bit laggy. I think it's because there's a lot of stuff loaded in that's causing it to lag a little bit. But what we'll do is we will get a few bits and bobs set up in here. So we'll get that off in a second. Get that sorted. And then that'll do. We'll get that set up. So now we should be looking a little bit more like we mean business. Obviously, this train is just coming from London, so it has just come in from the other direction. That's why we've had to swap the lights around. We'll have a whiz over here. Apologies about the frame rate. This seems to be a very, very detailed scenario. This one presumably has also just come in, not too far behind us. And that one is getting ready to head back towards London, presumably. Possibly come from Harrogate, somewhere like that at this time. By the looks of it, we've not got many people for us. We've not actually got many of the doors open at all. We are loading, but the doors aren't open, which is a bit strange. That I will double check and make sure that there's nothing we need to do on here. I mean, yeah, we can't release them, so this should be all good. But anyway, we should be set up. I'm hoping it goes. I've had a few attempts of setting a few bits up to make sure that this works. I wanted to give this a crack because I did say in the last video that I wanted to get back on the Airedale line and I wanted to have a drive something a little bit different. And we have been going on about these L&ER workings that do go up to Skipton and do go up to Bradford Forster Square, so I thought it'd be really cool to get one done. This scenario that we're driving is one of the ones that does come with the route itself. So this is the Max Tracks Airedale and Whafedale lines sort of route. It is my favourite route in Train Simulator at the moment. The detail on it is beautiful. The scenery on it is beautiful. And as someone that grew up on the route, it is really, really cool. There goes the Skipton train that we are more than likely going to be stuck behind, heading up to Shipley. 33310, so that's heading up. We are definitely going to be getting stuck behind that on our way up, so it's going to be chasing a few yellows, I think, because that will be stopping at all the intermediate stations in between, so Kirkstall Forge, Appler Bridge, and into Shipley. So while we do run direct to Shipley, we are probably going to get stuck behind. I really do like this route because it is a short route with quite a few stations, but there's a lot that goes on it. A lot of people have been focusing scenarios and creations and bits like that around the gateway to the Settle and Carlisle and the Morecambe lines, all the exciting units. But scenarios like this, where you get to do the evening trips that people rarely see, that go to like Bradford, Forster Square and Skipton, these are the ones that are cool for me. I remember many years ago when I was really young, I caught class 91 from school, actually. That's how long ago it was, that. It was least over a decade ago, decade and a half, I think, at this point. And I went to London for the day with one of the schools I went to. Caught class 91 back, and I remember doing this section to Bradford Forster Square because they thought it was going to the interchange. And tiny little me was like, no, it goes to Bradford Forster Square. So we ended up going to Forster Square. So I haven't done it since, but it was cool back then. And while we're waiting as well, as you can see, another unit heading out. That one is... Oh, it's Nottingham train. My apologies, I thought it was the Sheffield train. I do need to get the branding pack sorted. I have got the branding patch for this. I do need to get the branding patch installed for the 150 and the 156. My apologies, I'm not showing the Northern name on them. I will get them installed pretty sharpish. Just pretend they've not branded them yet. That's the best way to go about it. So 1 more minute in the delights of Leeds on a lovely summery trip. It does... The 150, the sound has appeared. It does very much feel like it's opening the gateway to summer. Yes, we had a drive in the wintry weather in the last video, but it's quite nice to actually drive in sort of like summery weather afterwards, because that's what we're going to. Warmer weather, all of that lovely stuff. All being well. It does feel like it's been absolutely ages since we've enjoyed warm weather at this point. So life's just been life recently. I think that's just the best way to put it. The world just feels like it's misbehaving. So it is actually quite nice to get some warm weather, I think, just balance out the books a little bit. So we're going to get ourselves inside the train. Again, I don't quite know why the doors haven't opened. I'm a little bit... That's confused me a little bit, I'm going to be honest. It is, as you can see, the time's going on there, and I can't click any door release buttons here. That's not an option, so I don't quite know what's going on there, but hey-ho. Presumably people have the option to open and close the doors. It is an enhancement pack, so... that is probably a possibility, I would hope. I don't know. I don't know, but it is what it is. As long as it counts it, unlike when we went through to Durham in the last video, it's all good. As long as we serve Shipley and definitely Bradford Forster Square, if we manage not to achieve Bradford Forster Square, there is something wrong. Something really wrong. So, and we should be going now, but doors are taking ages. Assume we're good to go. There we go. It feels like what we need at this point is welcome aboard your LNER service to Bradford Forster Square. We will be calling at Shipley and Bradford Forster Square. I don't like sitting on these Azumas, but I do think the announcements are nice because they are really relaxing. They are like, the person that they got to do them is so chilled out, and it is such a relaxing voice. That's what you need when you're trekking somewhere like London. There goes another 150. Yeah, this is cool. I have been wanting to get the Azuma working properly for a bit. I do have some other repaints, or reskins as I call them in Train Sim, that I am looking into getting working at the moment. So there are a few reskins. I want to get Lumo set up, and I want to get the Transpennine one set up. So we'll be doing that hopefully in due course. The weather does feel absolutely perfect. Leaving Leeds, it's like the sun's setting, the end of the day. There's a few people that have caught this to get round to Shipley quickly and Bradford Forster Square quickly. And there's also a tired and weary commuters that have come all the way from London. They've probably gone there for a business meeting for the day. And as someone that has actively caught Azumas in and out of Leeds, this is cool. Like, I could have driven this on the Edinburgh to Newcastle's and Newcastle to York and down to King's Cross and stuff like that, but this just feels right. This is the kind of thing that we do on this channel. This is the kind of thing that we do. Just don't know how on earth I'm going to get any of the screenshots sorted, but one thing at a time. So smooth as well. Oh, we're in first class. I'm excited. I'm not going backwards, but we're in first class. That's cool. So here we go. Head along here. Yeah, I did forget how nice it was to sort of drive these. I've had the Azuma installed for like absolutely ages, but I've never really used it. I just haven't, like, I don't quite know why. I wish I had some sort of reason behind it, but I don't. I've just never really used it. So sometimes it is just the way, isn't it? You have these DLCs and you just never use them. That'll do. Let's see if we can. Let's lower this a smidge, because I think this is a nice screenshot. I'm rating this with sort of like the big buildings of Leeds behind, but the slightly unfamiliar, or not unfamiliar, I won't say, but the unusual backdrop for an Azuma. If you travel on an Azuma, unless you're going on this line specifically, it'd be very odd for you to end up on an Azuma going through here. That's probably the best way to put it. And I have also got some really nice lighting, so we will make most of this. There we go. Yeah, this is, if you are new to the channel, unfortunately this is something that we do. We take our screenshotting very seriously on this channel, very seriously, because this looks really cool. Yes, it is fun to drive them, but it is also fun to get the screenshots. Oh, having the branding patch installed is cool. Caught it just as we started speeding. So let's jump back in. Look at how quick these are as well. So this is a two Azumas coupled together job, so it is a very long unit, especially for Bradford Forster Square. I don't know how often nowadays it's a double set that goes all the way through. I'm sure it isn't. I'm sure it's not always a big set. Please do correct me in the comments. It probably is. I mean, this scenario is probably one of the best scenarios you will find out there for this route, because these scenarios have really been meticulously put together. However, I don't remember seeing, although again it has been ages since I last saw an LMER on this route. There we go. Let's see if we can get another screenshot, because the sunlight is absolutely perfect. It is absolutely stunning, is the sunlight right now. It is absolutely like spot on, and I think we can capture the train snaking through, which in itself is cool. In itself is very cool. The only issue is obviously because it is electric, you've got the electric gantries and the power gantries, so that is the only issue. Look at that, it looks absolutely majestic. Well, yeah, the point is these are like smaller sets than what the 91s are, so yeah, I can actually, because these Azumas I think are more the regular staple on the Bradford section now. Oh, we are literally, did you see that change from orange to green? I am going to be a little bit sceptical that this next one is going to be a yellow, because that Skipton train is only just in front of us. Let's see if we can get another screenshot. I know that the lighting has slightly changed. However, this is a really cool bit because we're obviously going through Kirkstall. And it just looks so good. It really does. Really does look good. I'm very glad that I have got the branding patch installed, definitely. Because obviously they have to sell these things without the branding patches. Why are you, what is going on? Why have we kicked off? What didn't I catch? I pressed everything. At least we can admire Kirkstall Abbey. I mean, I'm not being funny, but it's actually stopped us in a really nice place for me to get a screenshot of Kirkstall Abbey. We need just a little bit more, I think, but we'll make most of this. Make most of this slight inconvenience. Yeah, we will. There goes another train. No, we don't want. No, we're not going backwards. Sorry, everybody. It's me getting used to this. I think I've clicked the wrong button when I've gone to move it. At least we got to see the 3, 2, 1. That's good. So what we've learned. I probably on this particular unit need to keep the hood up a little bit more than I normally would. Oh, let's get, yeah, okay. I'm happy with this. Oh, look at that with the background as well of the high rise. The high rise flats in between Kirkstall and Headingley. Can you tell I grew up round here, can you tell? Oh, excellent. Well, I can also tell you the bus route as well. And that is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think that'll do us for screenshots now. I think we've got what we need. We need to just focus on not having a disaster like that again. It's getting used to driving something that isn't a DMU. That's what it is. Very much getting used to driving something that is not a DMU. Locks, exciting. Leeds and Liverpool Canal. I've not noticed them before, even though we've done this route a fair few times. I've not noticed them. I think it's because I've always been looking towards Kirkstall Abbey. So here we go through Kirkstall Forge. There we go, Kirkstall Forge Station. Newest station on the line. I will say that this was definitely a brave move on my behalf to drive something this quick, following the previous video where in the 153 we missed Chesterley Street because I was bits what was missed there. It's just getting used to the fact that everything is on the same. Everything is on the same button. That's the thing, getting used to. The accelerator and the brakes on the same button. I think it's a colour that I accidentally messed with the direction toggle thing. I can't remember the proper name of it. I messed with that. I think that's what broke the system a little bit. let's get up there. And then the next station that we're going through is after the bridge. And then we're pretty much being Shipley. Which when you've got a train like this on a direct service, it just looks absolutely stunning. It really just looks. Every time I step out, I'm like, oh my gosh. The lighting for this scenario is spot on. Absolutely spot on. Although to be fair, I think as well what's helped us is because we have had that bit where we stopped and my brain decided to have a bit of a meltdown. It has meant that the 333 in front has actually got a bit of distance ahead, so we're not having another issue, so that's good. Well, I say that. Go for up the bridge. So here we go. This is the bit where we start chasing yellows because we're doing a little bit better than the 333 is. It is worth noting that we've not actually lost any time, even with that sort of stopping incident outside Kirkstall, like outside Kirkstall Abbey, which was really well timed. I will be honest, very well timed. Even with that, we've still done quite well for time, and it's still not changed it. Like our ETA is still the same. Partially lit, not as lit as I was expecting, but partially lit. It's exciting. There's a really exciting and highly detailed video where you can see many things. What can we see? Nada. I could switch the interior lights on, but I dared because I'll end up switching something else on. Oh, there we go. Well, no, I didn't switch anything else on. It doesn't make any difference, so we'll leave it off. Don't need it on right now. It's like when you're in the car growing up, this concept that it's illegal to have your light on. Oh, there goes 333. It's illegal to have the light on inside the car. It isn't, but it's just like something that people say. What's it saying on this one? So we'll stay about this speed then, because I do think that we're catching it up. I mean, it is literally Shipley is a mile away, so we're definitely going to be close to it. And I can see that signal in front is already on red, so we'll slow it on down just purely because it might change in the time that we're sat here, and it'd be a lot less hassle going at it at this speed and then being able to keep going rather than having to stop-start if we can. I mean, we might have to stop and wait, but you never know. It just looks so good, does this livery. I mean, to be fair, I've been driving the buses from Wakefield to Leeds recently, and when you go around White Rose Shopping Centre, the trip that I've been driving, the sun's starting to set, and a couple of times I've seen one of these, I've seen Class 91s going through on the line up to Leeds, and they just look so gorgeous in the sunlight, they really do. Well, we are a little bit early, so it is to be expected. It's been a while since we've had this in a scenario, though, where we have had to actually wait at a red signal. I think I had it in the 153 scenario that I did. I didn't do it on camera. And I had that recently. It was on this line as well. That I sort of just did in my own personal time, just to test it out for future video. Um, and we had something like this in that. And now we wait. There we go, yellow. As typical as these things are, soon as we stop. Soon as we stop. Absolutely typical. And now we've got clearance onto the platform. This route is just so nice. Just you notice the extra details when you've driven another route, or you've driven like we've done the last couple of videos of being on other routes. You come back to this, you just notice it so much more. Like the detailing is just absolutely stunning. Oh, and here's a 333. I love seeing the 333s on here as well. It would be really nice at some point in the future to have them as sort of like a drivable vehicle. That would be really cool. Again, having grown up with the 333s, that would be awesome. But having them as they are at the moment is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Just having them here is nice. Ah, so that's... Yeah, were we waiting for that? Oh. This is random. Are we pulling in here because we get priority over that? I know that we're pulling in here because the platform's longer. They've extended the platform clearly for these double 801 units, as you can see there. That they will have done in real life, I imagine. I've not really paid much attention in recent times, I will be honest. As much as I should have done. But, oh no, that's going. So that's going to stay in front. So we are going to be stuck behind that. They'll come from Ilkley, I imagine. So that's going to stay in front, and we're on this one because we can actually fit on it, which is always a good start. This is very nerving, I'm going to be honest with you all. This is very nerving. That's why I am taking it very steady. That'll do, that's as much as I dare do. I daredn't risk it any further, because as you can see, he's literally there. Probably could have moved ever so slightly more on, but it ain't worth it. It really isn't worth it. Like, so we're not in a rush to go anywhere because, as you've just seen, the other 333 coming from Ilkley that we're packed behind by the looks of it has just gone. So we're not in a screaming rush to go anywhere. I still don't know why the doors aren't opening. I feel like there's a toggle button to get them to open because they're not lit up or anything. If someone knows that button to get them open, please let me know. I can only assume that it is an enhancement pack thing that I'm not aware of. Me. I don't know why. I'm just kind of leaving it for now. We've got this far that I'm pretty impressed with, I will be honest. So I'm kind of just going with that win currently. just leaving bits like that. And it is cool to bring in a zoomer into Shipley. That is a cool thing to do. Again, it's very us on this channel to be like, oh yeah, we'll take the zoomer, but we'll do something really different with it. I do really want to be able to at some point drive to Bradford Interchange, because I'd like to be able to take one of the Grand Central voyages from Halifax to Bradford Interchange. That would be cool. I've been wanting Bradford Interchange in Train Sim for quite a while now, so it would be really nice to make that happen. I really hope that's going to skip then, because otherwise this is going to be especially interesting. Oh, we don't leave it until 20 anyway, so 20 from here and then 28 at the next one. Yes, it is going to Skipton, thank goodness. Very nerving experience when that's coming towards you. So cool. So cool. Well, I think I'm going to be waiting at the time that this is being filmed. This is coming out slightly after, and I'm sort of filming this slightly before, like a week or two prior before it comes out, just because of how I've been filming these at the moment, because I've just got into Train Sim this weekend, so I've sort of filmed a couple of videos while I've had a chance, because it's quite rare I've had the free time to do it. Yes, there's probably a million and one other things I should be doing, and I don't know well there is a million and other things I should be doing. However, it is really nice to just sit down and have a look at Train Sim. Now I've got the enhancement pack bits installed. So, what I'm going to be doing, I think, over the Easter sales period, because they usually have a sale over Easter. They usually do Steam. I'm going to see how much things are. I might purchase a couple more bits of DLC, a couple more bits that'll come in handy for the videos that we film and the bits that we cover, so it'll add a little bit more interest and intrigue for bits. If you've got any suggestions, please do let me know. As I say, I'm actively looking into getting the 185. I'm mulling it over at the moment. Mulling that over currently, so we'll see what the crack is. But I do think the 185 will be appearing very soon. Let's go. So we're on a single yellow. We must remember that. Single yellow. I mean, to be fair, it is 20 all the way through, so should be okay. That other train should have got a fair bit ahead of us now. Should the other unit from Oakley does stop at Frising-Hall, but hopefully won't cause too much of a problem for us. Just watch it seep across. Oh, that's a really nice screenshot up. Just saw the light and I was like, yep, that might be happening. That very much might be happening. I mean, at least I'm gonna have a choice. Like, there was me at the beginning of this video being like, oh, I'm probably not gonna be able to get any good screenshots of the full unit in, and I don't know what I'll get, and being all anxious and worried about not being able to get a good screenshot for the thumbnail. And I'm now going to have an abundance of choice. There is going to be a lot to choose from, I think. And I'm going to have to choose really wisely, because there is going to be an absolute ton. I sort of want to... There we go. That I think is what I'm after. A little bit lower light, but... There we go. I know I said we'd be taking our last screenshots in Kirkstall, but this is too much of a good opportunity to miss. Just watch it all snake out of shift play. I think they go up to Bradford Foster Square twice a day. I know that there's a morning and an evening working. I don't know if there's a middle of the day working now. I know that there were spotted at one point with the 91s and bits in the middle of the day. There was like a half one working or something like that. I don't know if that was only a temporary thing for the Seat of Culture stuff or whether that is a permanent fixture now. But I know that they did I've very much toy with the idea. I'm pretty certain they did introduce an additional sort of trip in the middle of the day, or additional trip or two. I'm a bit out of touch, I'm afraid, with it nowadays, but I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. Anybody that's in the know with these things, feel free to let me know in the comments. As I say, it's been a long while since I've been to Bradford Foster Square now. A long while, unfortunately. And as quick as that, this is Rising Hall. Forgot how close it is to ship. And literally, like that, pretty much at Bradford already. I absolutely love this line. The fact that I get to drive it now. Yes, I don't get to travel on it as much as I used to. I think the last time I went to it was like 2 years ago at this point now. But it's so cool to be able to sit here and drive it. Just like I remember it. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Ooh, there's a 322 coming towards us. That sounds cool. Let's slow it on down. I think we're going to actually do quite well for time again going in here. An incredibly clear run, pretty much, I will be honest. I was expecting a little bit more drama and problems, but I think we've done quite well out of that. We're now approaching Bradford Foster Square. I can hear it in my head. I can hear it. Anybody else who has been on an LNER Zoomer will also be able to sort of, you just hear it in your head. It's like, yep, I'm going to get to these points. I do feel like that's a concerning thing, that I've been on way too many LNER services. Is what it is. And here we go into the platform where the LNER's always going to. Platform number 1. Now this is the reason why these platforms are so long. If you ever go to Bradford Foster Square in real life and you don't go around the time that these Zoomers are coming in, you'd think to yourself, why are the platforms so long? And I always used to as a kid, because trains that usually service are absolutely tiny. But the reality is when these LNERs do come in, like on the couple of times a day that they do, as you can see, they really do take up the platforms. Like this train will probably just about fit on this. So that is very much the reason why these platforms are as big as they are. They can also use them to stack units on. They do occasionally do that. But majority of the time, it's very the purpose is very much for these. And even then, I'm not 100% sure the old train's. I think the old train's literally just going to fit. As you can see on the green bar, it is literally just going to fit. And there we go. So that is a very, I would say, very successful actually. Um, leads to Bradford Forster Square with Eleni. I really enjoyed that. I really, really did. And I do think that we will be seeing the Zoomers again very soon. Um, yeah, a really nice run. It was nice to have a little bit of a reminisce, tell some more stories. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, a lovely unit. So this scenario that we've just driven does come with the add-on. Sorry, I had words. I could not get words. Does come with the add-on, so you can get this with that. You do need, as you can see, a few bits of DMUs and bits like that. But if you're like me, you probably already got them. And you do need the AP enhancement pack for the 801 to 803 series. It is worth it, as you can see. Random patch as well, beautiful. And a thoroughly enjoyable unit to drive. Really, really nice. I've really enjoyed this. So, with all that said and done, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have done, then do be sure to click that like button, because that way more people can find the video and enjoy it just like you have, and we can continue growing the channel. And on that note, if you are new to the channel and you haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel that you're watching, Simulation Section, for more content like this from Train Simulator on the train side and Bus Simulator, OMSI 2, the bus simulator, for all the bus stuff. You can also check out my main channel, Animal Central, for all my real-life transport adventures. Once again, thank you all for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks again for your support, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one I make. Bye for now. Bye.